You got another World Premiere right after it?
Yeah.
Another focus game? Warhammer?
Warhammer, Space Marine 2.
Of mankind.
Stop it.
Against
Stop
the
it. Is it?
horrors that
Yeah, it
dwell
is.
in the
Let's
darkness.
go.
While we draw breath,
You're getting everything you wanted
we
today.
stand.
Everything I wanted.
While we
Oh, the
stand,
Tyranids look
we
so
fight.
Yeah, man,
never
this
played
looks
the first
really
one, right?
freaking good. I thought this was co-op. Is this not co-op?
The first one was.
Oh, okay. Maybe they're just not showcasing it.
Nothing will survive our wrath.
Oh, this looks so good.
Damn, man. I mean, I think we could pause and talk about this one for a hot
Oh,
second. I mean,
yeah, buddy.
no, obviously, so if you're following the channel right now, you know that we're in the middle of covering Darktide, but the fact that Space Marine 2 is coming out next year, most likely, is just, I mean, come on now. I will tell you, I did pick up the first one and started playing through it a little bit, and it just gets me more excited
did you?
about. Yeah, I did.
Oh, it's so good.
It's so good, and it just gets me more excited about this one because, one, you're starting to get me into the Warhammer universe a little bit, especially the Warhammer 40k universe, and it's just got a different vibe, right? Like, we're playing Darktide right now. It's this horde co-op shooter, but Space Marine is built kind of on a different premise, right?
Yeah, you're a Space Marine. An Ultramarine. Yeah.
But for maybe folks who are just stumbling upon this, like, why is that such a big deal?
The Space Marines are like the super soldiers of mankind. Like, they have multiple of like each organ in their body, like multiple hearts in different locations. So like they'll get shot in the heart and they'll just keep coming at you. Like, they're gigantic. They're like probably like 2 to 3 times the height, sometimes more than regular human beings, regular guardsmen. Like, guardsmen will go up to like they're a little bit above their knees sometimes. Like,
Jeez
they're
Louise.
big. They're big, and it's like for every one Space Marine, it's like 1,000 guardsmen worth. Like, they just plow through shit.
Yeah.
So
I
like
mean,
in Darktide, you have the bolt gun, right? But there's a bigger one called a bolter, and that gun basically, if a guardsman even tried to hold it two-handed, would probably break his chest firing it. Right? These guys pick it up and hold it with one hand.
it's crazy. And I mean, even though this says alpha footage, like, it looks pretty good. I mean, it looks good. Some of the gameplay looked a little off, but like overall, like, I'm all about this. I'm all about this.
And we're fighting Tyranids, which we've never gotten in like a game before of like this magnitude.
Yeah. I mean,
So,
it looks.
I don't know if you know anything about the Tyranids, Cody. But
I don't.
Tyranids
So feel free to fill us in.
So it's like this big like hive mind, right? It's one single consciousness. Think the easy way to do it is like an ant hive or bees, right? It's one single hive mind that basically directs what they're doing, and they send off these like splinter groups, like these tendrils that go through like the warp sometimes, or get over or travel through the void of space over time, and they'll arrive at planets and they'll just start like basically eating everything. They
Like colonizing, basically.
Not even they consume the world. Like, they eat
God.
biomass to keep growing more. And the advantages they have is whatever they consume, they basically bring in the biomass, like the genetic properties or like the different properties. So like, say they go in to fight like this new like weapon, like this big fucking weapon that's killing them, right? They can take one of those weapons and like dissolve it basically into its, core components and stuff. Like, they eat it away, right? And the hive learns what these weapons do to them, and they then build new biomass weapons to counter said weapons, and they just keep plowing through shit.
What?
Or like,
what?
They're scary. They are scary fucking creatures.
So
dude.
it clearly that's kind of where they're going with this game, right? You're a Space Marine, and this what are the name of the faction again?
The Tyranids.
Tyranids. So the Tyranids have clearly invaded the wrong planet where the Space Marines reside, I would imagine, or get sent to go basically wipe them.
They probably get sent to, yeah.
Yeah. So is that like the Space Marines' primary thing, is to wipe these guys off the face of the planets?
The primary thing of Space Marines is kill anything that's not human.
Oh, really? Okay, that's their their objective. Are they the tools of the Emperor? Is that correct?
Yep.
Got it. Got it. Yeah, I mean, it just looks incredible, and you can tell from the alpha gameplay here, like the scale of the game itself, like the actual systems that drive the game look really impressive. I know it's not a true comparison, but I almost got like Dynasty Warrior vibes with how many enemies are on screen. Almost like felt like that.
Well, this is how it should be. Like when Tyranids come at you, it's supposed to be a swarm. Like it's supposed to be almost like impossible for anything besides Space Marines to handle these things.
Yeah.
So
no, it looks great with the, they showed a nice diversity of ranged weapons and some of the weapons that we're getting used to in the 40K, universe with Darktide, with the chain swords. I don't know if we actually saw a bolter at all in the trailer. It was hard to tell.
It's going to be a bolter. You can't have Space Marines without bolters.
Yeah. No, I'm sure it's going to be in it. We saw the Thunderhammer. Is that the proper name of it?
Yeah, well, it's the Thunderhammer or Storm. I think Stormhammer is more
Stormhammer. Yeah, what the Zealot Preacher uses in Darktide. Yeah. We saw it right at the end there, or maybe a variation of it that looks really cool.
There's a power sword. There's a bolter. There's a bolter in there. There's a chain sword. We're able to do the jetpack, the jump troops again, which is great.
Yep. I was actually pretty excited about that because I know part of the first game that was a little bit of it, not an issue, but just like a limitation was the verticality. So we talk about verticality with other games, but like having verticality in a game that's really massive and trying to emphasize scale is important. And the jetpack is pretty cool.
Dude, this looks really good.
You're having a great night, man. You got
you're familiar with like StarCraft, right? Zerg.
Yeah,
Tyranids
are
Zerg. Zerg it's a ripoff of Tyranids.
So I don't understand how StarCraft and Warhammer, like literally it's like Terran.
Games Workshop originally paid Blizzard to make a Warhammer 40K game. That's why they have the Terran, you have the Protoss, which are the Eldar, and you have Tyranid, and you have Zerg, which are Tyranids. And basically they started changing so much shit that Games Workshop said, you're screwing with our license, we're dropping you. And then they turned it into their own game.
Oh, I did not know that.
Yes.
There you go. Get a little history lesson too. So I'm just gonna play on the end screen here. I don't know. 2023. That's all they said. 2023 for Space Marine 2. Super excited about this one. Another game we'll be covering here on the channel.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.